Yoda brothers, what's up? It's the director. What a day to be a Chargers fan. I've been waiting to record this video to see what else the Chargers might do on day 3 of free agency, and I gotta say, this team is looking better and better by the minute. Like, it feels like this team is going to be a very, very big threat come September in the AFC West. And I could not be more excited. So as most of you know, yesterday, the Chargers signed veteran free agent Bryan Bulaga to a 3-year, $30 million deal. This is one I was very confident would happen, as we do have his former line coach James Campen as a new member of our staff as well. Bulaga was a major win this offseason, not only bringing the best right tackle this team has seen in a very long time, but also at a screaming value. At $10 million per year, Bulaga brings the final piece to the right side of our line without even coming close to breaking the bank, sliding in next to our newly acquired right guard, Trey Turner. This line is shaping up to be one of the best we've seen since the days of Nick Hardwick. This is something to get extremely excited about. What I find curious as well is how we've tuned this line for a left-handed quarterback. Most football fans know we refer to the left side of the line as your blind side. Your quarterback puts a lot of trust in his left tackle, as it's normally the side of the field that offers the least amount of visibility for right-handed players. But in the case of a left-handed quarterback, your blind side suddenly shifts to the right. It's interesting that the Chargers would strengthen that side of the line as if they're preparing for something. Now, this is just speculation, as we could easily address the left tackle position very soon, which we should. But what I'm insinuating is that we may be making preparations to make a run at Alabama quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. I know not everybody's on board with that decision, as he comes with a scary injury concern, and that's super fair. But for those of you wondering why I'm so high on Tua, I ran across this video I'd invite you guys to check out. I've posted a link in the description below. It's a video by Alex Rollins that gives a great look at why Tua is considered such an elite prospect in this upcoming draft. A highly recommended watch for any Chargers fan. Anyway, that's just something fun to think about. Maybe we make a run at Tua. I really hope that comes to pass this April. Back to the moves in free agency. Bulaga was a fantastic start, like really fantastic. But the move that followed was equally as impressive. Earlier this morning, the Chargers signed veteran defensive tackle Linval Joseph to a 2-year, $17 million contract. Can I just say this? This is the aggressiveness we've been looking for from Tom Telesco for years. What an amazing player to add to our defense. We now tout one of the best defensive lines in football. Ingram, Joseph, Tillery, and Bosa. Wow. And more importantly, Joseph should solve 2 major problems for the Bolts. One, shoring up our run defense, as well as limiting double teams to Ingram and Bosa. This is absolutely insane. Our run defense has been like truly awful for the past few seasons, and I feel it won't truly be elite until we address the linebacker position at the next level as well. But for now, it's a hell of a start. But where we instantly become a massive threat with this signing is at pass rush. I think this upcoming season, the amount of Bosa and Ingram sacks and pressures are about to go up. Way up. And with more pressures comes more mistakes, and with more mistakes come more turnovers, something that we needed desperately to improve from last season. This is truly chess-style strategy in this offseason by Tom Telesco. Oh my God, I could not be more stoked. Let's say when Joey Bosa comes off the line and forces Derek Carr to throw early, who's gonna be there to pick it off? Well, I'll tell you who. Take your pick from Derwin James, Casey Hayward, Desmond King, and now our newly acquired major pickup today, Chris Harris Jr. I stated earlier this week that Harris could be a possible add to the Bolts. I also stated that if it were to happen, we'd instantly become the best defensive back unit in the entire league. That we'd be one step closer to a Legion of Boom level of performance. It might be happening right before our eyes. Chris Harris has been one of the best corners in football for the past decade. A member of the former no-fly zone, he still has a lot of juice left in the tank at 30 years old. But what surprised me is the offer he accepted from us. Harris lands a 2-year, $20 million contract with the Bolts. Wow. This is definitely considered another coupon Tom steal of the offseason. But what makes this deal just oh so sweet is that it came at the expense of the new Las Vegas Raiders, who were also aggressively pursuing a deal with Chris Harris Jr. I don't have the specifics, but I read that he turned down a 3-year deal with the Raiders in favor of joining the Chargers. He stated, and I quote, "I like the Chargers defense, Bosa, Ingram, Casey Hayward, Derwin James, Desmond King. I like their secondary. I'll fit right in with those boys." Welcome to the Jack Boys, Chris! Probably the most satisfying thing I'll read all offseason, and Harris is right. If the Chargers can address their linebacker position, possibly with drafting Isaiah Simmons, there's no doubt we'd be in the conversation for the best defense in football. Like in all of football. Think about that. The best defense in the NFL, the Los Angeles Chargers. And in a division where we're gonna need it, lining up against the best offense in football twice a year in the Kansas City Chiefs. Chargers versus Chiefs games will instantly become some of the best football of the year in 2020. Oh guys, I can't tell you how excited I am for the draft as well. We've set ourselves up to do something truly special moving forward. Like, we really only have a few big questions left to ask. What are we doing at linebacker? What are we doing at left tackle? And probably the biggest one, what are we doing at quarterback? As of right now, it seems like the Chargers have taken themselves out of the race for any trade or signing at the position, but it could still happen. Cam Newton may be cut by the Panthers if they do not find a trade partner in the very near future, especially before the draft where most teams will find their answer at quarterback. So never say never, I guess. But to be clear, if I had complete control over the situation, I'd likely take a rookie in April to pair up with Tyrod Taylor, even if it meant redshirting our young gun for one season. And it sounds like the Chargers are legitimately high on Tyrod Taylor, so I would expect to see him at least get one opportunity at starter coming up this September. But what the Chargers seem to be doing is putting whoever we have under center in the best possible scenario to succeed. A firm offensive line, a plethora of weapons to utilize, and a defense that can shut down almost any offense in the league. It's an exciting time to be a Chargers fan, guys, and I'm so happy I decided to get involved in the hype during this once-in-a-lifetime transition. But I also say congratulations to Phillip Rivers, who signed a contract with the Indianapolis Colts. Wishing nothing but the best to him and hopefully making the playoffs with his new team. Go get him, Phil. This video is being recorded at 6 p.m. Eastern time, so if anything has transpired after that, let me know in the comment section below. We'll definitely talk about it in a future video. Well, guys, if you like this video, if you find it informative and entertaining, hey, maybe you'll even like me, hit us up with a like and sub. Growing so quick, man. I can smell 10,000 subs just around the corner. Couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you guys so much for taking the small amount of time to go and hit the like, sub, and bell icon. It helps me out more than you'll ever know. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Get excited, Chargers fans, for the 2020 season. We'll catch you next time. This has been The Director, and as always, stay frosty.